What we have here is an extraordinary opportunity to build a new home for our organization and our community of artists. Thanks to a partnership with the City of Calgary, we now have an existing site with the old Scouts building just off of Brown Sea Drive. But we actually have an opportunity as well to activate an entire site and truly realize our vision of building a multidisciplinary, accessible arts campus that really puts into the heart of its design the needs and the aspirations of artists living with developmental or physical disabilities throughout Calgary, but also across Canada.
There is a demonstrable need for accessible arts and cultural infrastructure in the area. Very early on, the team decided to move beyond an approach that was based on technical compliance to an inclusive design methodology. Now, inclusive design recognizes that there are multiple forms of identity, everything from age to language fluency, socioeconomic status, cultural background, and it accounts for those differences in the big broad strokes of the project to the most nuanced decisions. So our third design philosophy is one that's based on a vision for a facility in West Hillhurst that the community can be proud of for generations to come. And this is done through an approach called climate positive design, which is the design of healthy, durable, demonstrable buildings that are energy efficient, that are low carbon in construction, and that run on clean energy. Beyond energy and systems, we have to design for low carbon in construction. That's thinking not just about the fuel the building runs on, but the material footprint of the products we put in the building. The final element is holding ourselves accountable to third-party certification. We will be pursuing net zero carbon certification as part of the project process. Taken all together, what we've described is an approach that's local in its sensitivity, but global in its perspective. And I would argue that is a much better way to build.
This is a really important opportunity, not only for the community of artists supported here at the NAC, but also for a growing number of Canadian artists who identify as having a disability. And we're envisioning for the first time ever a world-class venue that is going to be showcasing and celebrating the remarkable, extraordinary creativity of artists living with disabilities.
Our team has been able to take into account the unique needs of the artist community, really by continuing a conversation that has been over 4 years in the making. Throughout that journey, we've been able to get to know so many of NAC's team members. We've also been able to get to know sister organizations, both locally and abroad, and have had conversations around shared constraints and opportunities, both operationally and within their facilities. And of course, the artists, through engagement events, trips to the studio, and even celebrating their work at various exhibitions throughout the years, we've been able to get to know their stories, which has been especially powerful. The second building on the site has several prominent features. This is a building that's designed to support NAC's performing arts programming, as well as some ambitious community program elements like a gift shop, a cafe, and a gallery space. When you walk up to the building from Brown Sea Drive, you're greeted by a seemingly impossible cantilever that reaches out and invites you into a new community plaza. This building mass creates as much protected public space as it defines interior space. As you move into the building, spaces flow naturally from one to another. At the heart of the building is the studio. This is the rehearsal and performance space that's been highly tuned to the needs of the artists. Everything from the proportions of the room, to the sprung flooring, to the provision of natural light that spills into the space. Really, what we're talking about is a building that can be modified to suit the artists rather than requiring the artists to suit the space. That's a critical difference.
With the increasing prevalence of disability arts, both locally and around the world in our arts and culture ecosystem, this project in creating a new home for the National Access Arts Centre will position Calgary as the national capital of our disability arts movement, and it will turn Canada into a global player in this disability arts conversation.
When we move outside, one of the most prominent features is the skylight. Not only does the skylight connect the second floor roof terrace to the plaza below, and daylight some of those interior spaces, it also serves as a bit of an armature for the sun. It creates a natural spotlight that dances across the plaza throughout the day. Across the site, you'll find comfortable benches to sit on, a landscape that creates a tapestry that shifts seasonally, as well as spaces where larger scale art and sculpture can be exhibited. Highly visible from Memorial Drive, the site is the perfect spot to host large-scale events, everything from community markets to holiday fairs to art festivals, and even more personal moments, for example, a place to read a book, to stop and have a snack on your way home from work, or even join an art class.
This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our governments, for funders, for partners to get behind a project that is not only going to be architecturally stunning, it's not only going to activate a community in West Hillhurst in Calgary, but it's giving a world-class venue to a community that for so long has been marginalized and on the fringes of our society. And finally, it's a project that I know will make Calgary and Canada very, very proud.